Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Lemurian Donna Carroll. How are you today? It's a beautiful day here. The sun is out, but it's not too hot, so very grateful for that. Today, I am going to channel an archangel that you all know and love, Archangel Raphael. And I'm going to channel him for healing. We're going to work on one specific area, so focus on one thing that you would like to be healed. And I would say physically, let's do a physical healing today. So it could be a pain in your back, it could be migraine headaches, whatever it is that's bothering you, we're going to work on that. And if you want to do a different area, I would suggest re-listening to this tape and then do the exercise again, focusing on a separate area. So that is what we're going to do today. But before we get started, I wanted to make an announcement. I am teaching a class. It's going to be about 45 minutes long. I'm currently working on it. It's actually going to be a free Zoom webinar called Bring in Joy, Healing, and Wisdom by Connecting to Your Spirit Guides. So I'm going to teach you 3 ways to connect to your spirit guides utilizing selenite, which is this stone right here. Oops, it almost fell out of my hand. Selenite right here. This is Utah ice. You can see it looks like glass. It's very, very clear. Here's another example of Utah ice. This one is not as clear. I have more examples, but here I'll show you a really big example. Here's another example of Utah ice right here. So this is, gosh, probably, I don't know, about 2 inches high, about 5-6 inches across. It's pretty heavy. Anyhow, this stone comes from a mine in Utah that's owned by someone, so you have to purchase it from the mine. And I sell Utah ice, and I think it's very important for everybody who is on a spiritual path or spiritually connected to get some. It's relatively inexpensive, and it will connect you directly to the celestial realms, okay? Meaning that it's a direct link to the celestial realms. It's a direct link to the angels, which is why I have it everywhere in my apartment, because I work with the angels every day. So if you're interested in buying some selenite, I sell it. I sell Utah ice. The stuff that's sold on the internet is Moroccan. There's nothing wrong with it. It will work, but it's not as clear. It's not as high quality as Utah ice. I also sell New Mexican Mesa selenite, which is a little bit grayer, a little bit browner, but still very beautiful. So hit me up if you want some selenite. Otherwise, get your selenite because we're going to do a healing with it. Let's see. But getting back to my webinar, it's called Bring in Joy, Healing, and Wisdom by Connecting to Your Spirit Guides. I'm going to teach you 3 ways to connect to your guides and to connect to selenite for healing. Hey, Priscilla. Nice to see you. So this webinar is free. It is going to be on Cinco de Mayo, which is May 5th at 12 p.m. Mountain Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada. And you have to register for this event. I'm going to put the link below in the comments here. The link is also on my most recent channelings on this YouTube channel. You can register for the webinar there. It should be informative, it should be interesting, and you'll be able to work with selenite more directly, more intimately. Also, I am getting my website up again. It's been down for a while. And I'm laughing because it's been crazy. There's a lecture on how to utilize selenite. It's 55 minutes long. It's jam-packed with information. That's going to be on my website. It's free, and you can listen to it on the Selenite and Angels page. Okay? So in the future, check that out if you want to start working with selenite, because it will give you a background of what this stone is, how it can be utilized. I mean, basically, this stone has been utilized by the masters over the centuries. Akhenaten utilized selenite in his mystery schools in Egypt. And it seems that it is a good way. If you're on the enlightenment path, it's a great way to get on that fast track, to bring in more spiritual knowledge, more spiritual energy, all of that. So one of my missions is to share selenite and to educate people about selenite so that they can evolve, you know, just like I started utilizing it probably 6 years ago. So I never heard of it before, and I had to research it and actually work with it to realize how amazing it is and how beautiful it is. And if you put a tower in your home, in your workplace, you call in the angels, the warrior protection angels, the healing angels. You ask them to come through that selenite. They will keep your space clear. They will remove the negative thought forms, energies, and entities that are brought into your space by outsiders. When someone comes into my apartment now, I don't have very many visitors, but when they do come in, I know that all their juju is going to be cleared because I have angels working through the stones that's going to clear the negativity. And I don't blame people. I don't, go into judgment about people's entities or energies, because guess what? They pick them up when they go to Kmart's not Kmart's not really open anymore. When they go to Walmart, when they go to the mall, when they go to the movie theater, they're going to pick up stuff. So you've got to constantly cleanse and clear yourself. And sometimes you need to do deep, deep cleanses if you have attachments that are really stuck. So that's my little lecture on selenite. I hope you join me for the webinar. It should be fun. And again, it's on Cinco de Mayo. And I'm also teaching a channeling class in June over the internet, over Zoom, and more information on that will be forthcoming. But suffice to say, it's a month-long class, and I guarantee that you will channel your guides. And everybody has different guides. Everyone has different guides. Usually your guides, and when I say channel, I mean verbally channel, like what I do here when I bring them through and they talk. That's what you can do. It's an inherent human ability. You'll be able to channel, and you'll be channeling the best and closest guides for you. And that's going to vary because it depends on where you come from. Most people that I work with are starseeds. They're coming from Andromeda, possibly. Not too many, actually. Some people come from places I'm like, where is it? I've never seen that before. I don't know the name of that star, but usually people are coming from the Pleiades, Sirius, or they've had so many lifetimes there that energy is predominant in their system. Some people come from the angelic realm. I have worked with people that are literally angels. Some people are coming from, they have a lot of Atlantean energy. They might have a lot of Lemurian energy. It just depends, but it's always very interesting. It's, when you take a channeling class, or when you start to work with the spirits, it's always very, very interesting. That's why I like my work, because there's always something new to learn. And not only is it very interesting, it makes you very, very high. Nothing's going to get you high like channeling. I mean, in my experience, not even meditation. Channeling is the ultimate. If you do it correctly, you're going to feel bliss, love, joy, happiness, like, oh, I just want to go out and dance, or, something like that. So anyhow, so I'm teaching that class in June. If anyone's interested, just send me an email. I'll give you the details. And it's a skill you will have for the rest of your life. And I've taught a few channeling classes, so in New Mexico, where I live. But now I'm teaching them over Zoom. Oh, I'm kind of hyper today. Wow. Oh, you guys are so sweet to me. Hi, Lupe. Hi, Julie. You guys are so sweet to me. You know, putting yourself out there, it's a mixed bag. You're going to get negative responses and you're going to get positive responses. But I overwhelmingly get positive responses, and I'm extremely grateful for that, because I know some of the things I talk about are a little bit, they're not everyday topics of conversation. And people have their own viewpoint, their own take, if you will, their own slant on spirituality. And there are many different paths out there. And if a path is correct for you, then do it. You know, I'm a channel. I've been a channel in my past lives. I am meant to be a channel. I am meant to be a teacher. And that's not true for everyone. I would never push my spirituality on anyone. So if you resonate with this work, I'm always grateful. And I'm very happy. But sometimes people just come for a moment and then they move on to another path, which could be Zen Buddhism. Who knows? So I try not to take anything personally. I've had some very negative comments on my work. And yeah, it's painful. But, you know, I just have to realize that I'm doing the best I can. I have pure intentions. If people react negatively, that's their prerogative. But I try to just brush it off. And I think that's what you should do in life in general, because there's no point in letting other people's thoughts and ideas impact you. If you're staying in your truth and doing the best you can, then you have nothing to worry about. Now, if you're being dishonest, or you're manipulating, or you're doing something that's not good, then maybe you have to analyze your intentions. But for the most part, I feel like my intentions are true. And, you know, in my last life, I was a nun, and I was basically a mystic. So I was praying all day, I was meditating, and I didn't have to worry about making a living. I had the luxury of living in the nunnery or the monastery, because I think there were monks there as well, and just, you know, doing my thing. And in this lifetime, there actually is a call for mystics and people that have spent lifetimes in monasteries and nunneries to go out and be in the real world and teach here, so that they can reach a broader audience. That's true in the last 50, 100 years, I would say. So I was one of those people that said, okay, this time I'm going to go out there and live a normal life. But it has been an adjustment, because, you know, I've had to figure out how to make a living and how to be out in the world. And so, you know, it was kind of the school of hard knocks, because people aren't as nice in the real world as they are in the nunnery. Not that I remember everything, but I can just imagine. Okay, so I've been blabbing, haven't I? So, so we are going to get started. I appreciate that you're here. Thank you so much. Oh, Christy, you're so sweet. So if you guys do have a piece of selenite, please go ahead and grab it. I'll give you a couple minutes to grab it, because selenite just opens up your field. As soon as you hold it, it's like, I'm open. You may or may not be able to feel that, and that's okay. But it helps the energy come in more strongly. You become more receptive to it. You also become more open. So it's a blessing. So if you have a piece, go ahead and get one. And it's a very common stone, very common. You can get it quite easily. And I love it. I have tons of it everywhere. So it's funny. I love crystals in general, and jewelry, you know, precious and semi-precious stones. This is not a stone, but I think it's pretty. I think it's plastic, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's glass. I have to look at it. Okay, so everybody, we're going to bring in Archangel Raphael. We're going to do a healing, and I would like you to think about an area that you would like to heal physically. So I'm going to work on my elbow. I have tennis elbow from clicking the mouse too much and crocheting, so I had to stop crocheting. And I'm still trying to heal the tennis elbow, the tendonitis. So find something that you want to work on, and we will, and you can focus on that. And focus on one thing, I think that's better. And if you want to focus on another thing, just replay this tape and just fast forward to this point. Okay, so everybody just go into your heart chakra and take a deep breath. And breathe in and out. Do that 3 times at your own pace. Just go ahead and hold your selenite in your hands, put it over your heart chakra. You can even sit on it if you like. Sometimes it works really well with the root chakra. So at this time, I would like to call in my highest and best healing guides. And I would also invoke you to call in your highest and best healing guides. Typically, that's going to be angels, but it also could be some ETs that you're working with. And they work with you in your dream state, whether you realize that or not, especially if you invoke them. So please invoke your highest healing guides. And now I call in my guides, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you for being here with us today. We appreciate you and your energy. I would like to call in 10,000 warrior protection angels. I ask these angels to protect everyone that's listening to this tape currently, or that will listen to this tape in the future. Please block all negative entities, energies, and thought forms from entering this space. If anything's released by me or anyone watching this tape, I ask the angels to release it to source and transmute it into light. You can do a quick breath outward to release any juju around you or in you. Lastly, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I ask him to be here with us today. Thank you so much. We ask that you bring in a message of healing and an exercise of healing for the audience so that they can experience your energy directly and release anything that's bothering them physically in one particular area. And now I leave my body as the Archangel comes in. Greetings, it is Archangel Raphael, and I am tickled pink as they say, to be here with you today. I love you all, and I send you my greatest warmth and blessings, and I send you the strength that I had to get you through these tumultuous times. But we want you to understand, as I am here with my healing angels, that all is well. Again, all is well. You are one of the lucky few to be on the earth plane during these very exciting times of ascension, when the earth will transmute, transform, and become something greater than it was. A place of love, light, healing, and freedom. So know that you are right where you are supposed to be. If you are feeling anxious, if you are feeling upset, if you are scared about the future or the unknown, please invoke your guides. Your guides are here to help you with any situations that you have going on at this time so that your ascension can be more prosperous. And by that, we mean loving and healthy and fun. We do not want you to be in fear. We want you to be in love. So the ascension is taking place, and you may have noticed that you are having ascension symptoms. Usually people get, at some point during their ascension journey, extremely exhausted, extremely fatigued and tired. This is happening because, as you know, your body is going from a carbon-based physical form to a crystalline-based physical form. You have minerals in your body. These minerals are at the atomic level and they are crystalline. And so when your body is receiving codes from the sun, the codes from the sun come into your body through the form of light in order to give you information. Your body understands the information. It gives them instructions. The sun gives codes to your body. It instructs your body on how to morph to get to the next level of consciousness, the next level of ascension. This is all very kind of under the covers. You're not really going to understand consciously what's going on typically, but just know that your body is changing, mutating, and growing into something new, which is something old, because your body is going to become much more like the bodies that you had in ancient Lemuria when you first came down. Many of you, you were in a higher light body. So suffice to say, these are very big changes within the physical form. And so you are going to be tired from these changes. If you get tired, sometimes the channel has to sleep 12 hours a night. Sometimes she gets very tired during the afternoon and needs to take a nap. 10, 12, 14 hours a night is not uncommon for people to sleep if they are going through the ascension process. Do not judge yourself. Just take the rest that you need and do what you can do to feel rested, vibrant, and ready. It is also important for your diets to shift. The channel is now vegetarian. She was not always vegetarian, and she has spent time periods as being a vegan. She still has a sugar issue. However, she needs to eliminate it. Sugar is a toxic poison. We suggest that you take time to analyze what you're eating and think about the vibration of the food that is going within you. Was that animal slaughtered in fear and pain? You are ingesting that, plus the karma of such a decision. We are saying this with love. We are not telling you exactly what to do. We are telling you to analyze what you are doing and decide for yourself. Also, besides exhaustion, you might get very weepy, very angry, very upset, very nervous. You might have extreme emotional reactions. Someone might trigger you with something that they say, like, hey, you shouldn't have done it that way, and that gets you very upset. More upset than probably it needs to. Well, guess what? This is also part of the ascension process. All unresolved emotions, all trauma, all turmoil must come out of the body. And usually it comes out when somebody triggers you. But if you are extremely weepy, extremely nervous, or upset, consider it a blessing in disguise. You are releasing old, outworn emotions that no longer serve you. You do not need these emotions in your body. So you are releasing impressions that you have built up over many lifetimes. And if you are an advanced soul, many of you are releasing trauma for the collective. Many of you have gone through extremely traumatic lives, not because you had such bad karma from your last life or the lifetime before, but you have volunteered in your soul contract to take on that negative karma for others. Yes, I'm going to take on abuse. Why? Because I want to process it through my brain, through my heart, and I want to experience it so that I can bring in a new pattern of self-empowerment and a new pattern of divine, unattached love. Some of you have taken on issues that have plagued the human psyche, for centuries. And this is why your lifetime here in this particular incarnation has been so difficult. This is not true for everyone, but for many it is true. And so you will understand the full impact of that and the full reasons for that after you go to the other side and do your life review. You will have illumination. But just as we mentioned again, this is one lifetime, an important lifetime, yes, but it is one lifetime. And at the end of this process, you will be going to the new earth. And yes, there will be a very different earth. It will be physically different than this earth. You are going to be in your crystalline bodies, and the earth will also be in a much higher vibration. So it will be a beautiful reward for all of the work that you have done throughout your many incarnations. So if you are feeling anxious, upset, nervous, angry, frustrated, and you feel like your emotional reaction does not, it's stronger than the trigger that set it off, what do? You give it to us. You release it. You give it up to God, Jesus, the angels. We will take it and transmute it into light. And you can use your breath to do this. Just blow out that anger and release it, holding your selenite. Just spend the time to change what's going on in your emotional body. Also, get into a habit of gratitude. Thank God, thank Source, thank the Creator for all that is going well in your life. If you can get up in the morning, thank God. I thank God every day of my life, and I'm an angel. Know that when you're taking a shower, thank God that you have warm water to bathe with. Not all people do. Thank God that you can wash your face. Thank God that you have food on the table, that the sun is shining brightly, and that you can go outside. Thank God that you can stand up. Thank God that you can sit down. Not all people can. This is something that will bring in gratitude, and it will bring in a much higher field of energy around you so that your life becomes more pleasant, your life becomes more beautiful, your life becomes ethereal. And is this not what you all want? Focus on this, thanking God, focus on releasing your energy that no longer serves you. And do not go into judgment or self-judgment about what you're doing compared to other people. You are a special and unique flower of God. You bloom at your own pace at the right time. You die at the right time. Your coloring, your beautiful petals are going to be slightly different, even from your sister flower right next to you. You all come on the earth from different soul rays. Know that the earth has great diversity. And this has been a challenge as you are going back to unity consciousness. So to bring all of that diversity together, to have all of these flowers blooming in their great beauty all together. But think about it. Would you rather see a field of amazing, very diverse flowers blooming, or just all the same type? There's great beauty and great interest, actually, in the diverse energy that you all are. So appreciate each other for your own unique beauty and your own unique backgrounds, but don't get attached to it. Do not be attached. The one thing that you need to focus on is connecting to God. We ask that you connect through us, but if you want to connect through selenite, if you want to connect through a meditation practice or another practice that you resonate with, then by all means. So this is our message to you. We hope that it helped you and gave you the support that you need. Know that you have legions of angels on call. You can literally dial us up at any time. And we would be most pleased to help you at any time. So please avail yourselves to us. But now the channel said, and we agree, we concur, that it might be nice to do a healing. So we ask that you focus on a part of your body that's giving you some problems. This can be anything that you wish. Just get this idea into your head. And now I, Archangel Raphael, with your permission, am going to come into your body and work on this area to bring relief. Relief of the pain and relief of the impressions that caused the pain or discomfort or dysfunction in the first place. So at this time, we invoke you to open your crown chakra. Open your crown chakra and connect to Source. Send some light to Source from yourself, and then bring in the amazing, beautiful celestial energy into your crown and into your heart. And with your permission, I will come into your heart as well. This is Archangel Raphael. We also invoke in your highest and best healing angels to accompany me. And we invoke the angels that specialize in your particular area of the body that you're working on. So if you are working on your foot, we invoke the angels of the feet. It will be different for all of you. We hope that you can feel our transmission. We do love you. So now we ask that from your heart, and taking the highest celestial healing energy from Archangel Raphael and your angels, we ask that you place your attention on the area that is causing you a problem. If you have a piece of selenite, go ahead and place that piece of selenite on that area as the channel is doing. And now we ask that the healing angels come through your hand or the selenite into the area where you're having problems. And we ask that you send healing energy to your cells. And you can see this as crystalline codes. The channel is seeing it as little bubbles of blue energy going into her bones, into her tendons and muscles. And so we ask that you just take a few moments and send high celestial healing to this part of your body. We ask that healing angels go into the very fibers of your body and work on repairing any issues that are causing you harm in the etheric fields, with the intention that they will eventually, and even now, transfer to the physical fields. So just bring in our energy. Heal that body part. Send it light, send it love. Do not be upset at it for not working. Just bring in divine, angelic healing. From your heart, send that body part divine love. Send love to that body part and thank it for all the work that it's done in the past and for all that it is trying to do for you now. If you are working with a tumor, a cyst, if you are working with fibroids or any other type of growth that should not be in the area that you are currently sending energy to, we ask that you imagine those growths melting from your body parts. Just imagine the growth that should not be there melting in the divine light of the celestial energy. Very good. And so now we will come back into the channel's vocal cords. At this time, we ask you to thank the angels for working on you. Thank them for their energy. And now we will go back to the channel and continue our message. The healing has commenced. We appreciate you working with us in this energetic way. Energy healing, sound healing, all of these things will be becoming more and more prevalent as the future, as people go more and more into their light bodies, because they will be more receptive to the energy. They will be higher in vibration. They will be less dense. And the energy healing that one does through IET, through Reiki, or through just invoking the angels will be more productive. It will work better as your bodies get lighter. So it is something to keep in mind. Keep working on these body parts, as eventually you are all destined to heal. In the highest paradigm possible, you are all destined to heal as you ascend. So this is Archangel Raphael. I am so tickled pink to be here with you today. I love you. We love you. We send you our greatest wishes, our greatest blessings. Know that we all are working in unison for this ascension to happen with as much grace and ease as possible. Please do not go into fear. Please understand that Creator is in charge, and the plan is indeed working, and the plan is designed for the best way possible for the greatest number of people to ascend. So understand that much thought, much design went into the ascension plan here on Earth and also in the celestial realms and every realm in between. So again, this is Archangel Raphael. I bid you adieu. I send you my greatest blessings. And again, call on me at any point. We love you. And now the channel comes back. Well, thank you, Archangel Raphael. That was wonderful. I do feel better, and I always feel better after I channel because I feel lighter, I feel more loving, and I feel more connected. And honestly, I do connect to people, but because of my history, I think that I just love connecting to the angels. I just do. So I want to thank you all. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your presence here. If you weren't here participating, then I would have no reason to do this. So I appreciate you all, and I love you all, and I wish you all the best. Stay in love, keep your vibration high, and carry on. You're doing so well. And I appreciate the angels telling us We love you because sometimes we need to hear that. We are loved. We are love. We are love, and we are loved. And so it's always good for me to hear that from the angels, because then I remember, oh yeah, someone does love me. Archangel Raphael, he loves me. I hope I don't sound too corny. Anyhow, take care, you guys. I'm wishing you well. Have a good week. Namaste.